Alright, so today we are taking on the second stage of the Red Ribbon Army Red Zone event, which is the Android 19 versus Dr. Gero. I'm actually running a quite unique team. Of course, we're bringing Piccolo to carry the team, but it's not the typical Metal Cooler Army, Ginyu Force, Bonder Parent, and Child that I usually use when it comes to Red Zone. So it's actually quite different and unique and fun. We are running a Battle Wit / Dragon Ball Super team. Of course, we're going to be relying on Piccolo's giant form to do a lot of the damage. The one tricky thing with this Red Zone is that the final phase absorbs key-based super. And if you look at the free-to-play roster, pretty much like all the high-tier units, except for a few, have key-based supers. Metal Coolers all have key-based supers. Majority of the Ginyu Force have key-based supers. The only ones that didn't have key-based super was Bonder Parent and Child, but they didn't have really a good AGL unit to do a lot of the damage. Although we aren't bringing any AGL units at all, because Piccolo has essentially 3 free turns, it's still kind of like an AGL unit. It did take a few runs because all it was Piccolo RNG. You know, getting that 3 turns, getting as many criticals. Weirdly enough, this was a 90% leader, so not the best friend, but still did the job. That's all you need. You just need the Piccolo to do the job in the giant form, and then you're all good. Now, I'm running some C to B tier free-to-play units, which is actually pretty cool as well. You never think that you'd bring these units in. So we got STR Krillin and Vegeta and Bulma. So Vegeta and Bulma are a really good linking partner for Piccolo, alright? Solid support and Brainiacs, I believe. Same as the Krillin as well, so I have 2 ways of getting, like, really strong links with Piccolo. Unfortunately, there's nobody else better to link up with, other than, like, Jackie Chan, which has Gentleman Legendary Power, but they're roughly the same amount of attack anyway. Krillin's really good here because there's this thing called Attack Order. Not to be, like, a Brainiac or anything like that, but Android 19, if stacked against Gero on the same attack spot, will always attack first. So with that, Krillin's passive activates first for the damage reduction for the entire turn. Because every time he activates guard, he gets 50% damage reduction. So if you put him in where 19 is, and if there's Gero there, you're almost pretty much safe as long as he doesn't super, I guess. Even then, he can take a super attack, post-super attack, because he raises defense on super. But yeah, it's just a nice 50% guaranteed damage reduction unit, which was really cool. Of course, sometimes there's not that spot, but majority of the time it's there. And then Vegeta and Bulma, I mean, technically, after they, you know, outfit change, it's actually okay, stacked up with their Whis. And they do some decent damage because I've got them, like, into criticals, which kind of saved the run, I think. Anyway, we are 3rd turn in. Just a little bit of a shaky rotation. One thing I noticed when doing this event was Jackie Chan's 50% damage reduction only works on the targeted enemy. I didn't know that until I end up having to fight the stage, and I used the 18 key super, and then I just took like 500,000 normal attack from Android 19, which was kind of stupid. I think that actually lowers the little bit of value on Jackie Chan, because, you know, there's some 2 enemy fights here and there. So I couldn't get, like, the perfect key for Jackie Chan, so he's only going to get that raised defense, which is fine as long as we don't take a super. This is the last time Piccolo's going to get over 10 million attacks, unfortunately. But he gets the job done with the additional super. Always love to see that. It's a good sign for the giant form. Giant form, we need criticals. The Gero and 19 have a lot of health on the final phase, which is kind of ridiculous. Now, you'd be wondering why I'm bringing Krillin and UI Goku in here. Even though they're key-based, they don't do too much damage, so I thought it wouldn't be too bad. And UI Goku is still a good dodger at the very least, just so we can, you know, potentially just survive off dodging, which we do. It comes out really close at the end. It's insane. It's straight off an anime. And also UI Goku's there because we needed another Turtle School rep for the Master Roshi revive. So we have Krillin and as well as UI Goku. Unfortunately, Jackie Chan does not count. Now, the strategy going into the second fight was make sure I had Roshi's revive and get Piccolo on the start. Just do a normal attack with him, survive, be under 50% HP. You know, you could use a Whis if I wanted to. And then obviously die the next turn with Roshi on, get the revive, and then I have the giant form and potentially the Dokkan mode, hopefully the Dokkan mode, for the third turn of that second phase, so that I can guarantee myself the win. But that didn't go as planned. This also didn't go as planned. I believe I took a fat super attack for 391,000. This team was alright because, unlike other teams, you could use a Whis on the first phase because of how strong Piccolo is. That you only need essentially one Whis to get the job done, essentially. Now, because of how hard this... I don't know if it was, like, difficult because the boss was difficult, like, and strong and tanky, or if it was because I was so restricted to only key-based supers. Like, imagine... I wonder how easy this would have been if I had, like, the full capability of Ginyu Force, for example, or the full capability of Metal Cooler Squad. I'm not too sure if I would still, like, struggle as much as I did trying to beat this stage. But, oh well, we got the job done. It's all that matters. It was eventually going to get done with the right RNG. So, cool thing is, we are going to get... Oh, no. We did not get Piccolo's full heal back, unfortunately. I believe we were like 6 attacks or something. I think the next turn we get it. So I'm just trying to build the Dokkan meter, figuring out a way to do that. And I didn't know who I wanted to have on the rotation, Jackie Chan or Master Roshi. I decided to go with Jackie Chan. Which ended up being a good decision at the end of the day. Then we got a perfect set of dodges, which was good. Jackie Chan's been building up a little bit, I guess. And then we take a hit here. 235,000. So we ended up using the resurrection here. And I was like, oh, the run's over. But I was like, you know what? I only get 5 attempts per day, which is kind of nice that you get 5 attempts per day. So I might as well, you know, give it a shot at the very least. See if we get, like, the best RNG of all time. Because I still had a Whis available. And a lot of my runs, they didn't really activate Master Roshi's revive anyway. There was a lot of runs where that didn't happen. So just getting that full heal back. And just building up that Dokkan meter. So I'm guaranteed to get a Piccolo Dokkan mode, which is nice. I'm, like, very consistent with getting the Dokkan mode with the Piccolo. Very good at it. I've maybe failed one time. And then he got a critical, which I don't know how I felt about that because I really wanted to kill on the other turn so that I can have Piccolo on the first slot. Because now, without the res, it didn't really... We're in this situation where I have 2 physical units on the STR with 1 Whis. So, with the Whis, gotta activate it. And because Roshi now has no value on the team, I just started to float him off. UI Goku has a better dodging rate, so I did that. And also, when he does super attack, he's gonna heal up for nothing. So we take 197,000 free super. So by that maths, we can only take 1 more normal attack. So we got the double dodge. So Roshi only has to dodge 1 attack, pretty much, because he has roughly around the same defense as UI Goku, which is kind of crazy. Luckily, Jackie Chan is a defensive beast after with 1 Whis. And here comes the final thing here. We got the one dodge that we needed, and then make sure it's not a super attack. 168,000. Activate Piccolo's full heal with 50% damage reduction. And then it's time to activate the giant form. So I'm going to speed up this battle because we do get the 3 turns. And all I needed to worry about here was to make sure that... Because the hardest part is guessing if he is going to get the 3rd turn or not. Because we want to at least get some orbs. You know, to get his 18 or 24 key super, hopefully. Because he doesn't get much key on this team. He gets the 2 key when he attacks, but that's it. There's no other way to get a key for him other than like having an actual support that provides 2 key to all allies, which is kind of annoying. Because there's definitely some times where I have not gotten the 18 key super. Luckily, he's not like Gohan needs the 24 key, but yeah, there's definitely been some times, even though he gets like 2 key per orb obtained and all that. Like, it's so annoying. And sometimes with the giant form, it's actually really hard to orb manage to get like consistent 18 key supers every single turn. But so far, good start. Luckily, the Dokkan meter was that close that, you know, no matter what orbs we collect, as long as we got the 18 key super, we can get the Dokkan mode. And yeah, this Piccolo's gone ham for 90%. It definitely had like 18 critical or something. I recommend everybody who has Piccolo, I mean, this is a given. Give him criticals. And the rest of the issue, he does definitely not need dodge. Although sometimes there are situations where dodge does help. Like, example, I would have liked dodge on the super attacks because they lower Piccolo's attack, which is kind of annoying. It's just a slight little damage reduction, but every single bit of damage helps because now he's like lowered attack and defense. So we've got like almost everything perfect except for that last attack, and we got the 3rd turn. So with all that said and done, we have 4 bars remaining, which was definitely a lot. Very good set of giant form right there. Now here comes the problem. I couldn't receive the attack, which means I didn't have enough for an 18 key super, which was quite unfortunate. So I was forced to run Vegeta at the start, which meant that with a Whis, right, he can still take damage because we're not doing a super attack, so he's not getting the 80%, if he doesn't activate that extra 22% damage reduction that he's receiving. And luckily, I saved enough greens to even do an 18 key Dokkan mode. It was beneficial this way because you get the legendary power link as well. This is probably like the best set of links that I could possibly get with Piccolo. And remember, we did activate the Whis the turn prior. So we're all good there. Luckily, Giant Form doesn't waste the Whis, or else that would be so annoying. And then, there was only one thing left to do, was to pray that Vegito could finish off the kill. 140,000. They did not activate the extra 20. I don't know if that actually the math counts out if you get that, but we survived on 32,000 HP. All of that was calculated. No, I'm kidding. That was just luck. Now to finish this off, I don't believe a Dokkan mode at this point will kill in one shot. So I'm hoping for the additional super attack or something. It's 13 million damage. Piccolo's invincible here, so we knew that Vegito Blue was going to do an attack. And hopefully he can finish us off. Or we take no supers. That's all we need here. You got the critical and then the additional super attack. And that is all she wrote right there. And there you go. Gero and 19 done just by a sliver amount of HP. Thankfully. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on so don't miss out on the daily content. Check out my social medias linked in the description. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay busy. Peace out.